Just let me know when. Hey, good morning. How are you doing this morning? Yeah, we have a little tease there. I don't know if I'm really supposed to say tease, but you know what I'm talking about, where it says we haven't done anything since, or we haven't done this since May, and what we're talking about is 100 degrees. I think we're going to do it today. Last 2 days we've been coming close. The high is just a little bit stronger, a little more sunshine today, and I think we'll hit 100. Yesterday was 99, the day before that was 99. This will be the first day, believe it or not, that we've hit 100 since May the 20th. So therefore, if we hit 100 today, it'll be the first time this summer that we've hit 100 degrees. Now we did in this season 3 other times, and those were in May, but that was before official start of summer. So we can say this will be the first 100-degree day of summer, the 4th day this season that we've hit 100 degrees, which is really not bad. We'll take that, right? All right, it all has to do with soil moisture. Well, the reason we're hitting 100 today is the soil moisture is giving up. We're starting to dry out a little bit. All right, over the weekend, we'll have a slight chance for rain. At this point, I'm going to go with slight. That could really change. It's going to be a little complex, but I'll tell you about that and we'll walk through it. I think I got enough time. And next week, the high rebuilds. And you know what that means if you've lived here in a length of time. You get into that ridge of high pressure, that summer-like high, and that means a lot of heat. Today is a KENS 5 Weather Impact Alert Day because of the high temperature hitting 100 degrees. So you don't want to be like my little stick figure guy here. Stay hydrated. Make sure you do that, and also take some breaks. All right, let's take a look at what's the temperature out there right now. I haven't looked. I'm going to say it's probably 86 or 7. On the dot. I promise I have not looked at the temperatures since 8 o'clock this morning, maybe 9, something like that. But that just tells me we're on par to hit 100. We're on the course. We're going down the fairway, and we're going to hit 100, I think. Okay, record low 65, record high 104. And look at those measly, puny little clouds there. They're just, that'll sum it up. It's going to be a hot day. The average high for this time of the year, 96. We're going to hit 100, lots of sunshine. Make sure you've got the sunscreen, sunglasses, and if you've got like a soccer practice this evening, or maybe you've got a softball practice this evening, it is still going to be very warm out there, so make sure and stay hydrated. By the way, did you know that KENS 5, we have a softball team? I'm going to stop right there. All right, temperature outside, we're sitting right around 87 degrees. Kerrville is at 84, Seguin 88, Floresville 89, Gonzales 90, Hallettsville 89, and Uvalde coming in at 83. This is really interesting. I mean, the hill country anyway is going to be about 4 degrees cooler than what we've got at the airport. That usually happens, right? But you could just look at this map and tell in the last 60 days who has picked up the most rainfall. Well, I would say, let's say the last 30 days. Hill country and western sections out towards Uvalde. 83, that's it. Really moist out there towards Uvalde, as you well know. Okay, surface map across the southern part of the country. All right, this is where it gets a little complex. We've got a weak area of low pressure, and it is showing up on the surface as a weak area of low pressure. Thunderstorms are kind of all over the place. This is a very disorganized system right now. The mid-level low looks a little bit more impressive. There is some shear, so you can tell that the thunderstorms aren't near the center of circulation, and it's hard to pinpoint exactly where the low is. But it looks like the shear is going to relax. The winds above are going to relax just as it gets close to the Texas coast. the National Hurricane Center has given this a 10% chance of development. I think that's probably about right. I think the general movement of the surface low, if there even is one, is going to be kind of off to the north and west, like towards the Houston area. But above that, in the mid levels and the upper levels, this is really moving more like east to west. And that's why I say it's very complex. So what I think is probably going to happen is this may strengthen a little bit, never becomes a tropical depression, but a lot of rain for southeast Texas and especially Louisiana. And then here in south central Texas, we kind of get the leftovers. That's the way I'm playing it, and that's the way I think it's probably going to happen. All right, so let's take a look at the national map. You can just take one glance at this national map, and you can see where the main ridge of high pressure is. Anytime St. Louis starts getting into the upper 90s, you can tell that there's an upper level high close by, and the center of it is somewhere around Kentucky or so. Little Rock, Arkansas, around 97. Dallas-Fort Worth is going to be in the upper 90s. We're going to hit 100. But with that big high to the north, let me show you on this map. I can show you probably better. With the big high to the north, at least the mid part of this circulation of this has no choice but to go westbound, and that is definitely going to happen. If there is a surface low, like I said, we'll go into southeast Texas. And so I think the net result, usually, if you don't have a real consolidated low, you've just got kind of like what we call an easterly wave like this. Once it gets away from the moisture source, it really loses its moisture quite a bit. And so I think a 20, maybe 30% chance of seeing some rain Saturday. I've kind of upgraded that to a 30% on Saturday, 20% chance on Sunday, and if we're lucky, maybe a 10% on Friday. That's the way it looks to me. Okay, let's. I think I got a little time here. Let's see, Anastasia. Hi, how are you? I'm not sure why I got the claps, but you know what? I'll take an applause anytime. Maybe I'll take a little bow. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Not sure why, but thank you so much. And let's see. Gilbert, oh no, what did I do? Okay, no complaint here. Okay, great, exactly, there's no complaining. I think you're talking about the 100-degree temperatures. David Bellis, I think he's got something for us here. Did you hear about the can crusher who had to give up his job? Just so depressing. All right, got a couple of laughs. Made me chuckle a little bit. David, you never let us down. Appreciate it. Okay, Robert's got a question for us. If it's hotter in the summer, like at this time, does that mean our tropical storms or hurricane odds, I have to open that up a little bit, get greater? Not necessarily. You know, you got to look at the overall pattern. We look at the INSO, the water. What really matters is our tropical storms and hurricanes odds get greater. Yeah, no, what really matters, what we really want, and I think this year, what we really want to see is less wind shear. And I think we're still in July. We're still early. As we get into August and September, we're going to start to see these big highs develop. And then when you have like a little wave at the surface, some kind of easterly wave, a trough of low pressure, then there's a better chance that it will just kind of fester and won't be disrupted. And so I think, and this doesn't really take a genius to say this, I think as we get into August and especially September, there's going to be more storms. And as I say it, I'm like, well, yeah, duh. There will be probably more storms in August and September, but that's what we're going to be looking at. Let's see. Brian says, hey, Paul, it's been a while. Yeah, it has been, Sims. How are you, Brian Sims? Hope all is well. Thank you for everything. Thank you. I really appreciate that, Brian. Thank you so much. And we thank you for watching. Thanks so much. Okay, so this comes in 20% chance, well, 30 on Saturday, 20 on Sunday, and then the high builds back. Now, looking long range, I'm going to do this. I haven't been doing this on TV, but looking at the first couple of days of August, man, is it going to be tough, because some of the models are showing like a trough of low pressure approaching from the north, and then some of the models like this one have some kind of another wave coming out of the Gulf of Mexico. I think or they're all pointing to a chance for rain around the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of August, and so I will show that in the 14-day. I'm going kind of conservative right now, but just to let you know what I'm doing. Okay, National Hurricane Center has a 10% chance of development in the yellow shaded area. We'll be watching that. They've got the center of circulation like off the coast of New Orleans. I think it's a little further southwest from there, but at this point, it's just really hard to tell. So let's take a look at the rainfall. I'm using the European here. I think it's got a pretty good handle. This is all the way through Sunday night into early Monday. Look at all that rain in Louisiana. I'm talking a couple of inches of rain, and that's typically the case. That's why they got all the swamps and everything over there. For us, I think we get the leftovers, quarter of an inch, tenth of an inch, quarter of an inch. If we're really lucky, some places near the coast may pick up, a half an inch or an inch. And I think that's generally the way it happens, and I think that's the way it's going to happen this time. So as we head through the day, the computer model's backing off a little bit, going 99. Will we hit 100? I'm still sticking with it. We'll talk tomorrow. I think we're going to hit 100 degrees, so we'll see. Some fog, southeastern counties tomorrow morning, and then here we go with our wave approaching. Temperatures tomorrow will probably be only mid-90s, like 96, maybe 97, something like that, with a little more cloud cover. And I think Friday night, as you head out to wherever you're going Friday night, if you look down to the south and east or to the east, just as the sun is trying to go down, you'll notice these big clouds, big thunderheads, not a lot of thunder and lightning, but big clouds with rain. Probably won't reach us on Friday. I'm going to throw in a 10%. And then for Saturday, here we go. Boy, this computer model, this is the graph. I don't think it does very well with any kind of like tropical moisture and stuff. It doesn't do as well. I'm going to switch over to the HRRR for the noon show. I think there'll be more clouds and high temperatures, mid-90s for Saturday. And again, that 30% chance. Okay, I'm going to skip over the pollen count. Well, that's important. Here, I'll throw in the pollen count. Mold is 630 and moderate. Okay, here we go. This is my updated 14-day forecast. This morning I had like a siren sound because I think we're going to hit 100. It was like whoop, 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 something like that. But anyway, I'll spare you. 100 degrees today. Heat index 101, 102. Tomorrow 10% chance over the weekend, 30% chance Saturday, 20 on Sunday. And then next week, 96 on Monday, 97 Tuesday. And Wednesday may become another impact day if we hit that magic 100 degree mark. At this point, I'm going to leave it out. And then 98 on Thursday. And then I had discussed what I thought was going to happen for the first couple of days of August. I think one way or another, I think they say hell or high water. I guess, I should have left the first part of that blank and then said the high water part. But anyway, chance for some showers Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. At this point, I'm going to make it kind of conservative. And then the 4th, 5th, and 6th, high temperatures in the upper 90s. Okay, I got just a few minutes left. Let's see here. For those that didn't hear, should I repeat the David Bellis joke? Won't get any laughs this time, but I'm going to repeat it. Okay. David says, did you hear about the can crusher who had to give up his job? Just so depressing. Soda pressing. Oh, yeah, I told you. All right, let's see. Hey, Paul, it's been a while. Let's see. I got it. Thank you, sir. You got it, Robert. Okay. I think we're all caught up. I think everybody's squared away. Thank you so much for streaming with us. Make sure and go to KENS5.com, or you can get KENS5 Plus. Find all kinds of programming. The KENS5 Plus, man, we're really coming along on that. Make sure and watch the noon show, 4, 5, 6, and 10, and I'll be back tomorrow morning. Thank you so much, and we will see you later. Oh, stay hydrated. We'll see you later.